Okay guys, so what we'll be doing is focus on what we have to now tell a school, right? So today I'll do it in two parts. Part one is why do a school require this entire program, the entire life skill program from Candy. Okay, so first of all, when you visit a school, when you talk to a school, what it means to be a skill ambassador. Trust me, one of the biggest challenge for any trainer, anywhere, is that the trainer is very good. I am, let's say, a sales trainer ironically struggles in selling his own course. This is very sad. But this is a problem that you become a trainer, you become a coach, you become a psychologist, an NLP expert. But there are more trainers in the market, trust me, they're actually participants. And each of them sometimes fight for a single client. Can we be a different from the noise can be a voice? So I will guide you on this particular aspect. So when somebody says, what is this program about? So the reason I'm asking you again, I need to reiterate and understand is this becomes a part of your sales pitch. Well, there will be a standard pitch I'll be sending you, but you don't have to use the same language, same words. Express yourself what sales means. For example, let's say, this entire program is based on a concept of life skills. What is life skill? There are 100 life skills and more than that. This is something, you end up like everything you do is a life skill. But I can't teach 100 for a child. The 100 itself is very difficult. So what I do is I focus on 10 WHO life skills. And we started when people didn't know who. They would ask who is who? Who is World Health Organization? They identified 10 life skills. After Corona and pandemic, people respect WHO for lack of it or for the work it did. But people now know. Then, for example, this entire thing was tested at IIT Delhi. We worked with schools at IIT Delhi identified on implementing these life skills. And when you see a program that has been accredited, verified, program that has gone through the grind, it's a program worth talking about. So let's say a school owner. Why should I meet a school owner? Let's say this is a school. Your school is in a radius of 15 kilometers. We are in this city right now. If I say this is a school here, okay, so I put a dot for the school. Tell me if there are 20 more schools around and I can vouch for it, there are 25 schools. It's like, there's a clutter. I like doing this dot now. If I were to just talk about a school right now, DPS, Tilak, Presentation Corner, Ryan, the schools, APJ, Xavier's, Don Bosco, more and more schools, Redcliffe, there are schools that are all across and the schools that we're talking about. So we are looking at a huge potential of what makes a school stand. What makes a school, what makes a school very, very powerful. Why a school would come in. So we say, okay, look at the school. We are saying why would a school be very important, and between this, let's say a school takes up a program, a school gives us the issue that okay, I want to stand out. What we are promising is a program that your school, if I suddenly put a red dot, among the dots this dot becomes evident, is more sizable, more clear. Why? Because what we are trying to do with the school now is say that I'm not saying courses are bad. A lot of school takes up courses. Most of the schools today is the in thing robotics. Thanks to Whitehouse Junior, which is bought by Biden, coding is the new inbuilt thing. School does so many things. They do arts, they do karate. Nobody's school. They do sports. Actually, what happens? There is two programs that makes the school highlighted. This is the fact. Any school knows it. You do two programs, you'll notice. What are the two programs now? What do you think a school becomes popular by? Two things that a school does to makes it popular. Okay, nobody even knows SDG goals.
STEM.
Yeah, STEM. Every school says STEM. A school becomes very, very popular with number one is if it has a big sports complex. Although postal people won't even go to a school, but a sports complex like Delhi Public DPS has a horse riding arena. 90% students don't join the course because it's expensive, but that's such a big pull. A school with a swimming pool, a basketball court, a turf, these are schools people want to go to. Although, ironically, this turf is only available after school and you pay for it. The school children don't use the turf, they use it in the prime time, which is the hottest time. 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock for one half an hour, 25 kids for one ball. And they end up playing dog and the bone and turf, not football. But school is known by the sports. The next school are known by, so If not the sports, then most likely what event does a school does? I met the principal of St. Xavier's, of course a college, and he says when students come in, I say, why you want to join St. Xavier's? And they say, Malhar. What is that?
Yeah, events, Malhar.
Malhar is what they talk about. This is it. Like they know St. Xavier's, you know the cutoff in St. Xavier's?
Yes.
He said, and it was so surprising, 99% in arts. And yet, this is it. So, this is internal recordings, so don't worry, you can discuss and talk. But what we're saying is, if you can't afford these two, you can't keep doing events every time.
Yes.
Sports is again a facility you have to invest in. Can I create something between the two? So number one, the problem with these courses are they intangible. You do coding all the time. We want to introduce a course which is physical, which is something tangible. You take a curriculum home, a parent looks at a curriculum, parent like, wow, kuch to naya kar raha hai school. This is exactly what life skill. We say trainers are many, dime a dozen, but can you train the trainer to become a coach and say, salesperson? Can you become a selling person for your own course? You don't. Daniel Pink says everybody's in sales. Unfortunately, we forget this part, we don't realize it. So saying robotic is too expensive. We got a robotic program. Just every child, it was expecting 30,000 per year, every child. It's as good as additional school fee. Coding is not visible, nobody sees it. What we're saying is arts, karate, everybody does it. You can't be doing sports, events are expensive. Can I get an underlying program which makes your school huge? And this is the life skill. So right from what we have added, the WHO program, to piloting at IIT, to making a program that's visible. Because how will your school become visible in the clutter, in the noise, is by introducing a program that is not only mandated by NEP now, National Education Policy, that is also visible, what we call, that is also tangible, you can touch and feel. And that is actually bringing a real change in a child's program. This is actually a pitch for a school. What we are saying is, why does a school need it? This is what you are doing as trainer. And then, because schools are very clear, they want to know what's the finance. They may not even give so much time. As a trainer, you pick and choose what you want. You quickly summarize it. But the 3 minutes that you get with the school owner, can we do this? Can we draw a diagram and can we do? Everything looks good when it's on the paper. Now, once we do this, once we plant progging, we set their program. We say to a school, look, what's your investment for the program? This is something you're investing. You're adding an amount.
Yes.
Every child gets a program which is worth 2,999 at 999 rupees. That's per child per year. And for this implemented, it's only half an hour in the school hour. Just 30 minutes per week in a timetable. It's all recorded for the school, but for a school, so let's say they have 100 kids and they pay this amount. Yes. So you're paying a lakh. That's the amount we're asking you to pay. The moment you do this, the benefits are suddenly you can talk about life skills, the parents talk about it, they spread the word, plus we give you an SDG program. This has not happened to a school before. We give you an SDG, there are brochures, there are flexes, there are banners, there are stickers. Your school becomes an SDG, and we will make a promise. We will have a McDonald's kind of policy. Once you say, this is your zone, the pie is yours. We will not give to any other school. We already are servicing schools only in the region. We might even say all this region becomes yours. Who knows? Depending on it. Certain cities, only city would like to work is this. Okay. Then when you talk about this so school, and this is a simple thing. If your school fee is, let's just say, a lakh rupees. Let's say a school fee is like, or 50,000 rupees, depending on it. Just because you're taking a program which is promoted, we promise you 20 additional students coming in. It's just not that we will take admission, but we know that this happened. We've seen the results. Just 20. This is a minimum number. By paying 1 lakh rupees, you are getting 20 lakh rupees. It's a value addition. Plus, we have a paid partnership program. So, as a principal, as a decision maker at school, we have certain percentage, 10 to 15% for the school in the gross way. When we set up certain skill lab, we do a workshop. It's intangible and tangible. We'll immediately give returns to the school. This is an entire program that a school needs, and this is a benefit we give to the school.